Oh, we are live and bringing you the vibe of the week. And we're just chuckling amongst ourselves because,
You
well,
might want to step back. I'm a little cranked up.
she's a little intense. There, I got to
and
get in the right angle.
and with all this scorpion energy whoosh, through
Yeah.
the screen
And
at you. So let's take it all breath together.
I really don't need any more rest though myself because I'm so grounded. I feel like I'm kind of, so
Here,
actually, I need some alerting
here,
energy.
put your hand up to the screen. Can you send me some of that?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. I'll send you some of the other stuff. Ooh.
There we go.
Good morning, ladies. Hi, Robin. Hi,
Good
Sue.
morning. Well, it's afternoon here, though.
Yes, it is
It's
after.
all relative, isn't it? All
Right,
right.
today it is. Everything's relative.
Oh, goodness. Oh, anyways, well, let's get started with the vibe. We're going on live. And before I get started, I'll just say that, yeah, I'm feeling a little more perky because otherwise I was like, and it's not that I haven't had coffee or been doing what I normally do. It's just I'm extremely grounded or something. And
Yeah, because
I have none.
before we started, I could have run a relay race in my bare feet.
Yeah.
Like just,
And I can hardly walk to the bathroom. So, all right.
yeah. So, well, and that really is, you know what, Amy? We're illustrating the vibe of the week. I called her and said, I'm seeing peaks and valleys, and
Mm.
she's seeing the contrast. And that's what this week is about.
Oh
For
my
me,
gosh. We are
and
a
it,
living example. Love it.
mhm.
Okay. So, what I got or what I was feeling was that it is about the contrast. So, it is about, being able to look at both pieces, both parts of your life. I even see it like as the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And the first card I got that I pulled from us for the Metatron deck is number 28, Karma, Untying the Knots. Karma, Untying the Knots.
Oh boy,
So,
does that fit the stars.
exactly. And what I was thinking is when I look at this is like looking back at kind of where you've been or where you've come from or what you're holding on to be able to move forward and untying the knots, going through, maybe each one of them. It just feels like there's just a lot of, I don't know how to explain it other ways except for just that contrast or that duality. So where in your past have you had some of these things that maybe are still showing up for you, and you need to untie some of those to be able to release that and move forward. And I feel like last week there was a lot of momentum. I felt like the last few days a push, push, not a pushy momentum, but just a momentum to get things done. And now I feel like it's slowing down and we're looking at things. So not that it's stopping, but it's slowing. Then for you to take another look at some things. And then I got the Rainbow Bridge.
My Scorpio right now is working overdrive. You know what's
Oh
going through
dear.
my head? Push, push, in the bush. Push, push.
Oh dear God. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, I'm diving way deep, guys. Way deep.
Oh yeah,
Hi,
yeah.
Marie.
Okay, 27. The Metatron Rainbow Bridge is always open. But with this, what I was drawn to is the rainbow because, wrong finger, there you go. The rainbow, because how is a rainbow created? It's created from the rain and the sun or the light. So again, it's that contrast, it's that duality that sometimes in your life there might be a lot of light and you're feeling a lot of light. Sometimes you might not be feeling that, such as when you think of when the rain comes in. There might be a quieter time or even some reflection of things that maybe didn't go like you anticipated, or some sadness. This could also obviously deal with people who have crossed over the Rainbow Bridge as well. So there might be just that piece coming in, that appreciation piece of, some of your ancestors, what they've given you, and how do you honor them going forward? Because again, it's just that, for me, it's just that duality there. And if you're able to kind of clear out some of that karma and look at where there's light and maybe rain, which is maybe, I don't want to say a lower vibration, but more times of contemplating, or and things maybe weren't perfect or whatever. When that can be done, then in comes the magic. The lilac number 54, higher realms and magic. And I have been feeling the magic, which is good. So even though there's a slowdown, it feels like the magic is right there waiting. Magic is right there waiting when some things are released, or you're looking a little closer at things, which then the next cards I drew are just ridiculous because they go right with this. And the first one I got was the Six of Pentacles. Okay, and the Six of Pentacles is the balancing between the teaching and the learning, the accepting and the offering. Again, it's kind of that duality, the abundance or the scarcity. Okay, so this is where I'm seeing six. I don't know if I said four, but I meant the Six of Pentacles.
You said 6.
Two-way abundance, the giving, the receiving. So again, that's the contrast,
And that is the vibe of this year, is that 6 of Pentacles, the 6 of Earth.
Okay. Yeah. So look into that, see where that's playing out in your life. And this kind of goes along with with all of it as well. I got the King of Pentacles. Now, what I love about this is I can see that little dust that's coming down that almost looks like little stardust or something falling down in this pentacle. And this looks like, to me, it looks like a grandfatherly or a fatherly figure. And he's offering you to just, you know what? Come on and let's chat. Let's talk about life, which kind of goes back to that karmic thing. Where have you been? Where do you want to go? And he's like, let's talk about where you've been, and then let's dream about where you want to go. And it kind of ties in with the Rainbow Bridge if you're thinking about bringing in the energy of ancestors, those that have been gone before, and that are so much a part of you and can bring you that energy and have given you so many gifts from the past. And how do you honor them moving forward? But I love this because it's got the dog. I envision there, I don't think I can see it, but I envision there's a big roaring fire. You're sitting there with a cup of coffee or a glass of wine, and you're like, oh man, let's just talk about life. And then let's talk about where we want to go in life. And that sage advice and wisdom of the King of Pentacles. He's inviting that kind of feeling in. So, look at it and talk about it. That's where it's just feeling for me, is that it's just, we're looking at all sides, all things. And he also kind of, for me, represents that little bit of slowdown where you can contemplate. He doesn't look in a hurry. He's not going like, hey, what do you got to say? Because I got to get out of here in 5 minutes. No, man, he is in for the duration. He's comfortable, he's relaxed. The dog's like, yeah, I'm in too. And it's that solemn kind of quiet, like, yeah, let's just take a minute and let's kind of examine where we've been and really look where we want to go. So that's what I have, Kitty. Take her over. Hi, Shan. Hi, Marie. Hi, Robin. I see.
It's so funny because we really are illustrating what you're talking about I saw it as peaks and valley. We're looking at the above view, going up, climbing all the way down, looking at the valley, climbing all the way back up to look at it at the peak. So it is that duality. There's anger under the surface here. Our Mars in Sagittarius is rooting out truths, that ancestral truth, that karmic thing that it wants you to let go of. We're moving to a real powerful moon next week. Full moon in Cancer, the first moon of the year always is very powerful, and it's always in Cancer, the ruling sign, or most of the time, ruling sign of the moon. It's that ancestral private energy, what's in your way, blocking. The week overall spends a lot of time with the sun and the moon either working together or pushing against each other for a good portion of all of this. And so your own private energy is stepping forward this week to work with Mars in Sagittarius, figuring out your truths. So that's part of that duality, that back and forth. What can I look at? So making sure this week that you aren't like me at the moment going, you know, it's probably
Maybe
really
a
good.
balance between the two of us. I'm kind of mellow and you're really hyper.
So, we kind of start today with that activation of our structures. We are looking at activating structures of learning, the ahas and the determination behind it. As these emotions appear, what is behind it? How can I learn to be that observer so that I can keep that balance? Monday, we're going to be activating and expanding spirit. Look at your chart and see where you've got your either Pisces or your Neptune. And really, your sun and your moon are working with this transformation energy with spirit on Monday. So you're really kind of setting up for the whole week this week. And then Tuesday, it's kind of a relationship day. Looking at the relationship with yourself, looking at the relationship. There is a lot of, so we've got, Taurus is a big player this week. Taurus is a big player all year, but particularly this week, it's the last week of Capricorn. So there's a lot of bigger picture and your home picture, bigger picture and your home picture working. We're getting ready for Uranus, the planet of chaos and awakening, to move out of the internal way and move outside of us. And so that kind of is the vibe that you pick up. There's a relationship with spirit that you're fine-tuning and letting go of the things that perhaps are in your way, old ideas, old definitions of self. And then Wednesday is a physical day. It is just simply a very physical day this week. And it's physical. But it's about the simple things. It's all about working in the background with this Taurus energy and Capricorn, and the Pluto and Capricorn wanting you to change your structures, and Taurus wanting those structures to be changed about home. But it's about the simple beauty. So please, Wednesday, plan to do something extra physical, walk extra, get out in nature, do something that can bring you that perspective. And again, that kicks off the last week of Capricorn. Next week, we move to Aquarius for the sun. And because Thursday, we've got Pisces and Gemini working together, and they are kind of squaring our expansion, but they are working with our communication. That last day, Thursday, is a great day, guys, to do anything you've got to get done on the computer, any projects, because the dreaded, and it kind of depends how you look at it, Mercury Retrograde happens Friday. And the retrograde, of course, is in Mercury and Capricorn, so it's in structures. So that could be mainframes, that could be very physical things. It usually affects technology.
It's always technology for me.
Yeah,
always
and see, my natal Mercury in retrograde, I get more affected by other people being affected by Mercury in retrograde. Yes, technology does it, but it doesn't spark like it does for others. Again, there's some anger under the surface. I'm calling it anger because it's whatever it is. It's kind of an intense energy that's kind of rooting around under the surface around home and the bigger structure. So you want to try to get, especially that Thursday, because you do have that Moon and Gemini working well, and Gemini is creative and experiential, working with that Mercury in Capricorn. So you could kind of get some of the bigger things done, if you want to buy computers, all of those things. And then Um, so that's the big player on Friday. Mercury goes retrograde.
Mm-hmm.
And here's an interesting thing about next Saturday. At 11:11, the moon moves into Cancer.
Hmm.
And so
I know.
that's kind of an interesting thing that's getting ready for that full moon. And it's at 11:11, so that's always that gateway portal to
Yeah.
spiritual. And it's in Cancer and it's in nurturing. So this week, as you're getting this duality and you're setting up your physical, and know that you're coming to this level of emotional nurturing that appears on Saturday. What's the actual date Saturday? The 15th.
Oh,
Yep, it's the 15th because the moon is full on the 17th, and which happens to also be Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday celebration. And so it's sitting in this Cancer at that 11:11. So there's going to be big emotional things to nurture that you've been getting glimpses of, and physically this week working them out of wherever they're kind of in your body, in the bigger picture and around. So you're going to be getting information from structures this week. And so that's an interesting day, Saturday. Kind of watch what comes forward for you. So there's stuff under that surface that wants you to do what Amy's talking about, and peaks and valleys. And
yeah.
if it's like how I'm feeling today, I'm going to be hiding behind the couch. So anyway, so
Well, I'm gonna have to get more physical to get my level up there. I don't know why. I'm just kind of anyway. It is what it is. But you know what? Again, if I'm looking at
yeah,
the
Sherry
contract,
says she's been super frustrated. That's a great word for it. It's an energy under the surface, whether it shows up as angry or sadness for you or frustration. It's a denser vibration. That's what I want to say without naming it. It just feels denser. So
all right, okay. And so here's some our last spirit messages. Ground yourself. Okay.
I think I'm going to take that as I'm going to ground myself, like I'm going to make my butt be grounded, like
That's right.
put yourself in your room and keep it there. You're grounded. So
Well, here's what it says. Being distracted, unfocused, tired, irritated, and impatient are all signs that you're ungrounded. So if you
physical week, yep.
if you feel that, ground yourself. Then the other one was ancestral wisdom, which is funny because I got the Metatron Rainbow Bridge and that.
Well, and
always
I
goes
said
into
you've got stuff that's coming literally out of your cells to be released in your dreams and all of these things. It's very physical, though. You've got to be moving and doing something to have it come
Yeah.
out.
When I love this little, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I love this part. You are our legacy, and we will keep on helping you as we continue to evolve here in the spirit world. So, yeah, they're there for you, and you are their legacy. I love that. And that's kind of what I talked about honoring them by looking at, all of the things that when the ancestors were there before. So I love that. And then reach out. 3 of them come out today. Reach out. And this one says, we know you're reaching out right now for help due to a current situation. Support is as much about the physical act of accepting help we're offered as it is about the emotional benefits and learning that it's truly okay to accept support however it's presented to you. So that was funny too, because that kind of goes along with that 6 of Pentacles, This might be you need to reach out to someone else, or someone else is going to reach out to you. So
I'm going to share that little story I had this morning. This is what it's about, because it is about, excuse my French, the poop of life. Okay, letting it go.
Oh yeah, that is a great story though.
It's a story of exactly what that card was about. So on the sidewalk was somebody's, I don't know, it was a cat or a dog, but it was obviously had defecated and left it there. And doo-doo. And I was kind of like, oh, this is gross. And it was down at my friend's house, and I had to go home, and then I came back because I got to do something. And I kind of had thought about the doo-doo, and across my path blows a plastic bag. Can't make this stuff up, folks. Here comes a shopping bag, and I looked and I went, okay, Spirit, I guess I'm supposed to go pick up the poop. So I picked up the bag, went and picked up the poop and threw it away. So that's kind of the week, you know?
If shit is in your way, look for the spiritual bag. Pick it up.
Yeah, and get rid of it. Move it away. So
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
It's just so funny because I mean, I can so see you, and I probably would have reacted the same way. Seriously, you put a bag right here or something,
rolling right by me, like 10 minutes later. So I was walking back to that same house. So I'm like, it provided me an answer. So
get the shit out of the way, kitty.
Get the shit out of the way. So.
Oh God, that's funny.
Oh, Sue, giving us the tools to clear the crap out of life. So it actually is a message. Watch for them this week. What are the tools that come to you from Spirit when you're grounding? And they're physical. They're going to be physical. This is a physical week. So
yeah, perfect example. All right, have a lovely, lovely week. Kitty, do we have something coming up later in the week?
Yes, Thursday, unusual time, folks, 4 p.m. I will put the poster up today. We have a lady from England about connecting. So perfect timing about connecting and taking a look. Her name is Corinne. Don't miss it. But it's at 4 because if we did it at 8, it would be really late for her. So hope to see you there.
All right, great. Thank you. Have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you soon.
Aloha, oi.